Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to OilTown here in City Skylines 2, where the landscape is now looking even bigger and better than ever before since we kind of reclaimed some new land in the last episode and we built and repositioned the brand new harbour and zoned over what is now our new pipeline district. Oh my goodness me, these buildings are coming in bigger, beautiful, and more impressive than ever before. Our population is now starting to boom, which is going to be quite interesting to see how this series is now going to kind of evolve with it all going on. But there's something I forgot to do last episode, and apparently I didn't hook up my harbour to here for the passengers. I am a fool. I truly am a fool right now. I think I put my passenger harbour in the wrong section. So if I go to passenger ships, I did. I put it over here when it shouldn't have been over here. It should be over here. Actually, no, it's still there. No pedestrian. No, that's cargo. That's cargo, Seniac. It's got to be over here, you fool. That's why no one's using it. Excuse me, go over here. Right, have I got to delete this? You know what? I'm deleting it. It's now gone. We'll build a new one. We'll build a new one, boys. We'll build a new one right now. Right, into here. Wait, what's going on here? I can't seem to build it. Oh, is it because they don't have the turn? Is that what it is? Build a new waypoint here? Wait, why am I... Oh, it's because I don't have anarchy enabled, right? Right? Is that what it is? I think that's what it might be. I go here. There we go. It's because I didn't have anarchy enabled. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Which means we should now start seeing people now arriving back at this harbour. So the whole time I didn't have it enabled, I didn't add it back in. They were coming from outside the region, which is completely fine, but that's not what we want because we wanted cars to come in here. It's been a long time, guys, since we last bought some cars to the island. So I'm going to do this now. We're going to empty all these car parking spaces because I don't think the people in these car parks here even live on the island anymore. I think they're now long gone. So let's bring some vehicles over here. We're going to place down a bunch of car parks real quick. We have a few different variations we can pretty much choose from. But I want something with... we've got some new variations. I think we have, right? Multi-story car park. How many does this provide, this multi-story? This provides up to 220. Yes, more of that. Oh, wait. I can do multiples of these at 220 a pop. That sounds good enough for me. Right, with all the brand new residents that are going to be coming in to OilTown with all my brand new zoning, that is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wow. That is over 2,500 vehicles I could potentially bring in if they all choose to park here. Right, we'll come back to those at a later date. We'll come back to those. So, we're going to allow this area to kind of continue to build up in the meantime. We've got a little bit of a negative population going down right now. People... Wait, why does there so... Oh, there's so many people leaving because I've changed how they come in and out of the region. I just oofed everything. But... Now, I've noticed this building over here is no longer complaining about ground pollution. So the ground pollution is slowly shrinking. So before you know it, boys, we'll be able to build in this area once again. Now, the air pollution has now since almost long gone. Yeah, it's now all gone in this area, which we can now finally start setting this section up to be able to work with it. Now, what I need to do is I need to get this 4-lane road here to come over the highway and then build a highway connection so we can access this area and the Black Gold Town a bit easier with our highway. So you have to build a kind of a setup and then figure out where we're going to have our main transport hub within this vicinity. Now, I probably won't build on here until that region over there is fully maxed out because it's using all of my zoning as of late. So we got to figure out then where this is going to connect and run in. Now, we do have a subway line underneath, which we do need to integrate another stop within here before he ends in the Black Gold Town. But that is a headache for a little bit later. Now, let me get my 4-lane road, which we've got here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it turn a bit earlier and then run straight. Now, if I pick a spot, and let's say we pick randomly here, okay? I randomly picked there. Is it possible for us? No, that might be a bit too soon. Okay, if I go here instead. Right, that might be a better setup, a better connection leading in. So just after they come off the bridge, I can then set up a, that's a 77.4. That's a random number. Right, if I go there and lead you in, that should be okay. That should technically be okay. Apart from they create a break, which is very, very, very annoying. Now, I don't need to worry too much because... Is this... Is that straight? I think it is. Okay, we'll go with that. Now, what I've got to do is I've got to elevate this up and over because I want to create a nice little connection leading in. Now, I don't know whether it's better to come off this... I mean, I know I'm going to raise it up by a 10. I know that straight away. But I don't know whether it's wise enough to kind of have it elevated a little bit further away or what. If I came up by a 72 here, up by 10, this will then lead to there. It's 76. So let's say I went to about there and then a 72 back down to Earth as it then continues. Or at least just continues for there for just a minute. That is a nice gradient up, but I don't know whether to make it longer. It all depends. Now, what I want to do, I'll come back and redo it as we've built the on and off ramps for this. Now, I want to set these up. I want to say, I mean, I'm going to say efficiently, like I wasn't going to do efficiently in the first place. But I've kind of got an idea of what I want to try and attempt here, but I don't know how well it's going to play out. Now, if I pick you, for example, let me just keep this up by a 10. So if I come out by a 56, and then here, we do a 56 going that way. So that's even both sides, and then do the same on this, a 56, and a 56 going that way. Now, obviously, these need to go that way. That needs to go this way. And, oh, we should have had this all elevated up, right? Bam, bam. Nice, nice, nice. So the idea here would be, if I can get this to work, is to have it where we've got, obviously, one lane will turn off and connect to it. But then, as that one lane turns off, it splits into two, like it does right now. But this one on the right, rather than going up and a 90 degree, this bends to join this, and then that's our dedicated left turn. So I want to try and make it efficient like that, but I'm not quite sure how it's going to play out. So if I build it on this one first and get rid of you, and then we bring this by a, let's say 100. What's that looking like in terms of a dip? I suppose it's always quite difficult to try and figure out how we want to do it. But the idea here is that's now by, I've got to divide that into a 2 into a 1. I should have actually upgraded that into a 1. So let me get rid of the anarchy, because that's going to, again, mess me up. And if I, what is the best way to kind of do this? Merge into that lane is probably ideal. So I'll set it up on this one. If I deleted or actually upgrade then you to be this, which I don't like how it slightly staggers it to the left. So I think if you do no snapping, you can get a almost a straight run there. Oh, hello. All right, put the snapping back on. There we go. And then we need to kind of create our little bend kicking in. So if I come off this, and if I select you, which is that a 56? Can we tell? Yeah, that's our 56 by a 54 point. Is that going right in? I need it right to go to the lane. So if I just do a 60 there, just for the funsies, obviously then I've got to flip it round. So it bends in like that. And then you have to reduce this to a singular 1 lane either side, a 2-lane road rather than a 4-lane. But I'll do that once I've got that bend in. I'm just trying to play around with it here. So that then will merge into that as a singular lane. Right. And then if I run this, it doesn't need to be elevated anymore. So I can then choose to run this as a complex curve. So if I went, for example, a 72, bam, by a 74-ish, I can then run that in as a singular lane, bam, because obviously that will be a single lane going all the way down as well to merge into that, providing that works pretty okay. Theoretically, it just allows us to kind of slingshot it and then have the junction a little bit further away for the people coming down who make that turn cutting in. So if you're coming down here, you've got your dedicated, let me come off that right now, your dedicated right, left turn to join on. I just want to do it a little bit different because I want it to feel like a more of a downtown vibed area. So if I can replicate this here and then do that, and then we should be winning. Right, he says? Right, he says? So if I then replicate this, so going off what I've just done, this was 100. That was 100 marker. We upgrade you. And, oh, I'm going to flip this around first. It's quite important we flip that round. Is that not meant to be elevated? It was, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, no, flip it around going that way, sorry. And then we upgrade this bit, which we got to turn the snapping off. So it aligns nice. Nice. Then we go for the bend. So let me bring that up. So I'm actually connecting into this. So into, I mean, there's no snap. Oh, I need snapping to a degree, don't I? Trying to get the similar bend, although it would be slightly difficult. That works. Then all I've got to then do is upgrade this. And that becomes even more of a pain. I got to turn the snapping off. I can anarchy the upgrade. Or do it... Oh, no. I can do an asymmetrical. Because then the 2 lanes there, one of them is turning left. Or I can keep it like a 4-lane. Would it matter if it was a 4-lane? Because you've always got that dedicated turn. I think not, because you would want to technically use like the lane math kind of scenario. Yeah, you would technically want to like use the lane math scenario. So that goes into there. Then I've got to upgrade. So I drop that down. No, that comes off a full bend. So then going back to our slip road and get rid of the anarchy, complex curve, and back down to earth, normal style. We then need to create a complex curve, like I said, and that will go to there and then to there-ish, which completely throws us off here. So we then put the snapping back on to pull that in, but this needs to now be upgraded to... Oh, it's all gone wrong here, hasn't it? It's all legit gone wrong. Right, delete you. Delete you. Let me just get this road back in. I think it might be easier to come off the road, off the actual highway, than anything else. Well, that was a bit funky, wasn't it? So if I came off here with me complex curve, boys. That's not a complex curve. What a fool. What a fool. Like that. And then we then just upgrade this as a singular lane. And then we've got a, I wouldn't say overly complicated, but we've got a kind of like a nice setup that alleviates some free-flowingness. So there's no traffic lights here. Turn them off. Obviously no crossing. Right there, because we'll incorporate public transport to be able to do it. Now, we could do traffic lights here to allow them to continue to flow. But at least these here, it's free-flowing at best. So if I say on this road here, no right turn, left turn, sorry. So that is a free flow in. That makes life easy. We've already got like a vehicle there climbing over to do the turn to head. Wait. Why would you? Right. No. No. Right turn there. No straight turn? No. You can't do a no straight turn there. That's why you need like the individual lanes. So that van now does. Okay, now it does it. Now it does it. There we go. There we go, boys. So theoretically, that's worked on that one side. And then what I'll probably do is then I'll kind of make the gradient a bit longer. But there's two vehicles now coming up. One's going to have to, unless they're going, no, they're going to be going both the same direction because I haven't got the other side set up just yet. That works. It's not too overcomplicated, right, guys? It's not too overly complicated. So let me come back to the rest in just a minute. So what zoning are we now missing over here? We do, oh, it's this, okay, we haven't got all the zoning technically now in. So we could do a bit of commercial zoning. We can go a bit more high density commercial maybe. So I'm going to squeeze another little pocket in there because it is quite a nice little shoppy vibed area. I could run a few down this side leading down as well. As we've got all these big buildings in. I don't want too many skyscrapers that it kind of slightly throws us all off. But it does look pretty nice, doesn't it? It does look pretty nice. And we'll soon know once we start getting the high density demand slowly coming back. Right, very good. Very good. My population, it's closing in on 200,000, which we've got a lot of unemployment as of late. Are we now slacking in the school department? We are. So we are going to have to start educating everybody again. But that's okay. That gives us challenges we need to kind of overcome, and that's what this area over here is going to take up the slack for. So I've got to now try and replicate this, and in my head, I've got to now try and remember how I just did the other side. So if I'm not mistaken, right, we did this going down to 100. So I'll do the same on this side going down to 100, but obviously this side has to flip around there. Now, with that done like that, I then need... Why is that one like that? Let me upgrade you. Boom. Boom. Now I've done that, I've got to then implement the bend. Or do I upgrade this? No, I've got to upgrade this first. So, no snapping. Upgrade you. So it's straight. Upgrade you, so you're straight as well. Now we implement the bends. So, bring you up there. Bam. Very good. Bam. But obviously, flip this one round. Let me do snapping on that. So it stays as it is. Yeah, that's all good. Let me just quickly set all this up here. So no traffic lights there. Right? Yeah, get rid of them. There was none over there, was there? No. No traffic lights there. No crossings. They're now gone. And no left turn for this one. And no right turn for this one. I'm still uncertain whether to kind of single that into like a two-lane road. What do you guys reckon? Let me know in the comment section what you think I should do with this. That has the ability to go left and right. And do we want that? So if you're driving down here, and you turn off, you can already go to the right. So there's no need for a right turn there. And there's no need for a straight on. So that should only be a left turn only, shouldn't it? That should be a left turn only. So no right, no straight. Left turn only. No straight, no right. Left turn only. Because that does the right. They shouldn't go straight. They should have stayed on the highway if they were going straight. So that there works. Just make sure everything else is all okay. That's got the turn in there. That's all straight. That's got the left turn there. That's got the left turn going in there. I think we're okay. I think we're okay. We're just now just got to get these connected in. So this is where our magical, boys, our magical complex curve comes into play. And we're going to pick here. So, bam. Bam. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but it will do. Bam, bam, bam. I think because the road's bending away from us, that this one feels the most awkward. But that's because the road's bending with us, so I'm going to have to kind of deal with it like that. So let me put my... my snapping should be back on right now as I do the upgrade for all of this. So, upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. Now, we'll have to anarchy this upgrading. But there we go, that works. All the slips now in. That should be now good for them to now go. So, they can now officially turn off here. We can access down there. I'm not a big fan of the sudden dip in the road here. But I would like to see vehicles use it from all different directions. That will be interesting. But let me just see what I can do here. So I think it's a case of... Ooh. Now, you can't add a tool in to slope it already, can you? I don't think so. Now, if I'm going to do it on this side, because I don't want to delete the other side too much just yet. But if I oofed you, and then, let's just say, with these medium roads, I come off here by another... Bam. You know what? Forget it. So a 200 is actually quite nice. A 200 drops quite nice. So if I go to where that just initially bends in general. So go up. So if I lead it down to there. Actually, no. If I just did a 200. And then connect in. That's a better gradient for the ramp, isn't it? I like that. I actually really like that. It's quite large and fills up quite a lot of surface area here. But it should work pretty well. Now, at the moment, to access this side is only via this road. I could either keep it like that, or I can make some underpasses or the odd overpass. This can come along down here and connect over there as well. So there's other ways to get to these areas without having to actually utilize the highway. But I'm interested to see them actually utilize other areas and see it actually come into play. So the only traffic lights we got are here. I don't know if that's going to be a good idea or not. Who knows? I'm interested to see somebody not go this way as well. We might have to wait a while before we see someone take a different direction. But that leads down to there, which is really nice. I'm quite happy with that. Still watching. No one's going to turn off yet. They turn down there. So I like the slingshots as well. Keeps them free flowing to a certain extent. In what would be considered probably like the most important. The most important ones, which is entering and exiting the highway in a certain direction, really work out very... Oh, there we go. Vehicle coming down. It will now take its turn. Nice. And off it goes in. That's worked. Oh, and another one's coming. Well, that for a second there went in the opposite lane. Splitting and merging. Yeah, pretty good. So we can now access this area a bit easier, and we have the freedom right now to kind of, like I said, work with these areas a little bit more. Now, we've got our transit hub just there. We kind of need to build one around here as well for it to make a lot of sense. Now, the subway line kind of comes down. It would make sense to kind of also come down around here as well, and then to turn to lead down in this direction. So that will kind of follow this, and then we have like a bend leading in. So coming off that there, or could base it off, because we've got this 4-lane road here. Now, I could try and work out something where this also runs up to connect in. So, for example, if I had this 4-lane road, which comes to an end there, to then go this way as well. And that becomes like the end of the area it currently runs. So I don't know why we get the split. I don't know. It's like a level playing field. I don't know what is going on right now. Oh, it's anarchy. Anarchy's always my big problem, isn't it? It's always my big problem. So if I run you down to there, and then you down to here. There we go. It's always anarchy, guys. It's always anarchy. Now, I could either run this down, and then slightly bend it to lead into this. So it all flows through pretty nice. It's just what happens here. Now, with this big building, this is our big server farm. I could reposition it. I could move it. I could actually move it to over here, which wouldn't be a bad idea. It's quite a bulky building, isn't it? Now, if I just initially moved it to over here, if I just throw it down there for now, how does it affect my communications and telecom? It doesn't. We've got great. I mean, it's pretty good all over the island anyway. So that now frees me up to be able to work with this vicinity a bit better. We can slightly soften the terrain into now sloping a bit better. But at the end of the day, that's just how it is. We got to pass this. I think we might need to sink this down a bit. So I can make this bend a little bit and then go under. But I'm not liking where and how. So if I chose here, if I chose there, and if I brought this down, and I sunk it down by a 0.5, and I can't do that because of overlapping items, but I'm going to be a bit cheeky right now, boys, and anarchy it slightly through. So if I just get to there, that sinks it down, which is of reasonable height. I'll move those pillars. But that is... Right. Okay. Because I don't want it too far to the right. So sink that down there. That works a lot better. That does work a lot better. But then where would it rise? I don't want it to dig into this. If I then rise it up to normal level, which would be about there. Oh, that needs to be a bridge. Can't forget that. Alright, we're going to try and make this transition better. So try that again, but normal. Get rid of the anarchy now to the ground level. No, I need the anarchy just to get past this little bit, don't I? Right, so 2.5 there. A 0 is there. Then we want to go across as a bridge. But I've got to get up to that level. Which, thinking about it, I don't think there's going to be that much of a difference. Unless we go here. Which then, back to ground level. We should be all good. So a bit finicky, a bit tricky. And then if I delete you back, and then we implement a complex curve on the horizon. Actually, no. If I bring this out to say here, then I do the complex curve. So if I pick there, I pick there. Just like that to wiggle through. And then we go through the same process here as well. Now I can either do a complex curve, which is not a promise. I can then build off it. So we get this staggeredness. I don't know whether I like it or not. I don't know whether I like it. I don't know whether it's a case of I bring this first to a normal height, bring it down, and then kind of choose to push it from there down and in. There's no public transport here, is there? I mean, there is. Oh, there's the subway stops there. That's, of course it is. Of course it is. If I delete you to here, and then we go for a longer run on the old complex. A longer run. I'm still not sure how I feel about this. I'm still not sure how I feel about it, or whether I should just, do you know what, scrapping these ideas. We should have just made it run. So that's down by a 0.5. Back up to a 0. And then across as a bridge. And then how does this look here? Oh, hello. How has that happened? Where am I? Right, it needs to come down a bit lower. It does need to come down a bit lower, but that's where I can do this here. So ground. .7. It needs to be on ground. What's going on with the ground here? And then back up. Is that even running straight? Yes. So it dips there. The dip looks quite dramatic, but we'll fix that anyway. We'll fix it. And then we'll run this straight. So back up here. And it's going to snap there. So if I run it straight here on the ground first. 47, 48. Run there. For me personally, that looks a lot better. I know we anarchied there and it's not going to fit. That's a little bit too low for my liking. We get rid of... I mean, we might need the anarchy back on just for this. To be honest with you. We'll use the move it tool. We'll use the move it tool. So we'll anarchy this to a connection. And then if I get the move it tool and select the individual segments. Oh, can we not move it down like that? Oh, I think I'm moving the... Ah, okay. We got to build it in sections. Right, if I build here. Right, we'll build there. And then if I grab you. There we go. Drop you down a bit. Which I'm not sure how this connection is going to deal with it. But that's okay, because we slightly adjust everything. To allow it to push through. It's not perfect. I will give the game that. It's not perfect, but if you run it for a longer distance down to it, you get the elevation change. So I go 2.5 there to there. There you go. It's not perfect, but it shall still do the job. That took longer than it should have. That took longer than it should have, but there we go. We now have set up an additional road connection. Like this one going around, I can now bulk this area up a bit more and throw in some additional industry. So get rid of the anarchy right now. Straight lines, underground, normal road, cutting through, pushing you down. There we go. That's going to obviously connect into there. Right. Glorious, glorious, glorious. Now, we need to figure out where our connection is that's going to be coming off around here to access this vicinity. Now, I'm in two minds to either run it straight. That might be another junction too close to that junction. So if I built this one here, went across by 112 and down, that's a junction there. But is that, if I got rid of that one, is that one too far away from that as a whole? I would argue yes. So what I could do is I could kind of like split the difference almost and then just base it off this here. So if I just go to there for now, right? Try that again. Is there a gradient change or something? I'm not sure why it's doing that. Do I need to turn that off? I might turn that mode off there. Right, no. Okay. And now I'm a little bit further over. That's fine. Let me just build my little transit hub then. So I need a small bus station. That's kind of what we've been working with. Oh, no. I've got to build the subway first. So that's going to obviously come down here and then stop there. So, subway, underground. I need it to face going like this way. So I need a road to split in the middle. Now, if I go for a road like this, that will go around the perimeter of our bus station. So I'll leave it out like that. And then we'll place down the subway stop just there. Okay. And then the bus station would go just, if I flip it around this way here. Now, let me add the additionals onto this. We can add some extra platforms. I can add the taxi stop, but I can also add the station services. Now, I could choose to either... Oh, I can put them right there as well. So it's kind of like feels like it's integrated in a weird way to all of this. But I feel like this road gap here is not great. Now, if I moved with the move it tool... Oh, hello. You slightly over. Just to kind of make it feel a bit better. Move you. You then re-snap back to it. That's all enclosed a little bit more nice. You know what I mean? Very good, very good, very good, very good. So that creates a little bit of a transit hub there where we have to then link up that to it. That will then bend round. I could do, theoretically, another stop there if I wanted to, as it then leads down to here. Now, the subway line, I'm now going to have to kind of slightly oof this. So if I go underground, delete you there, and then delete you to there where it all should connect. Get rid of you. You're now gone. We're going to get this now to connect all the way over. So subway, tracks, underneath, So continuing this to there. Now that's going to pop out there, so it needs to go a lot lower. This is the awkward part of it all now, is how low we've got to make it. So if I bring you out, and we are minus 30. I'm now minus 50. Is minus 50 enough to kind of pass through this? Minus 50 might have been a little bit too much. But I've got to somehow now bring this up to there, which it can do the climb up, which is great. That's perfect. Same with this now. I've got to drop this down. Minus 50 might be a bit too much for that. 30 going across, not enough. Right, delete you back and we'll go... Oh, hello. We'll go further back with it. So coming out, I can go minus 50 as much as I can there. And then we're back in business. And I've got to now create a decent enough bend on this. So back to minus 20. So if I then come out by a 128 by 128 on the bend, and then the snap to lead in there is a 145-ish, and then leading straight down. So I've got to then drop it down to here, which is even wilder. So I'm wondering if I can kind of do it from there, or go down. There to there, and do we see it? We don't see it. So you don't even know that exists. And my subway line now completely adjusts for it. But I'll also make it stop off here on the way. And now all of a sudden we have public transport that's able to access this vicinity. So that is now uncovered this whole area a lot better. I do need to make the water flow a bit thicker coming through this, so it looks a lot better as well. But other than that, we're pretty good. Now, we have artificially created a dam right now, and I think that's from the piping, isn't it? Yeah, that's from piping. I'm not worried about that just yet. I'm not stressed about it. It might even cause a little bit of a backlog going up for the minute. But this has worked out pretty well. I'm happy with how this has now turned out. We got a little transit hub on the go there. We can lead roads coming around it and cutting through. We can build upon it. That's going to be pretty good for this whole section anyway. So that's not too shabby. We now got the freedom to keep expanding. And we've pushed over 200,000 residents in the whole of OilTown. Now, we got a lot of death in this area. Does this pipeline plaza even have a... It has a cemetery. Right, it has a cemetery. It has up to 15 vehicles. I can add some upgrades to it, but there's nothing. It's more storage capacity, nothing to do with vehicles. I need some more floating Deathcare. So now we got a lot of people living in this area. We need a dedicated crematorium for them. So if I was to build a crematorium right now, we're kind of now struggling for space in this area. Now, is there one that's kind of underutilized? 25 vehicles, 45. This one is probably underutilized. It does do drill. Oh, for some reason my recording stopped there, but we're back again, boys. Drillford is here, sorry, and Distillery Way is over here. So we have a whole crem for those areas. So we can also select this as an operating district to kind of give them a bit more vehicles that can utilize the vicinity. So this is this one that does it. I can add more vehicles to it if needs be. There is always room for extras, which you've got to anarchy them in. So if I go bam, and I go, oh, come on, boys, come on. Bam, there we go. Extra vehicles can now be served from that building. Nice. I think we should also get rid of the traffic lights here. They're gone there. Get rid of them ones there. and there. Just give us a little bit more free-flowing movement in and out of this area. So that's now pumping out more vehicles, as we can now see. And that will go and collect all the dead bodies there. There's issues over here as well, but I've got to add more to it. There's a lot more people now living here, so we've got to figure out newer ways in which we can do the Deathcare. We really do. We really, really do. But as of right now, it ain't too shabby. It ain't too bad. It's doing exactly what I need it to do. And we are having access to... Oh, I'm actually really excited about this. I really am. All that commercial's slightly now filled all the way up. There is lots of people using... Is there lots of people still coming in and out right now? Because they cross over here to get to this station. There's not that many passengers waiting, which is good. So we've got the freedom of having enough vehicles. Have these filled up yet? This is filled up. So I'm going to reallocate now a couple of these multi-story car parks. So we actually now get some vehicles moving in to OilTown. So I'm going to put you... there is a path that walks down. I'm going to put you just there. And I'm going to grab another one as well. That's 200 and something right there. I'm going to put this on the back end of it. So literally right behind it. There we go. 2 multi-story car parks just there. So that's nearly 500 vehicles. That's 440 in terms of vehicles now coming in. I'll move another one over. So these people are freshly just moved into OilTown as well. So we should see a nice increase in vehicle. Not too many vehicles that are going to cause traffic. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I'm going to grab another one. So that alone is going to provide all the residents moving in the ability to go pick up their vehicles and for us to start seeing traffic dotted around. So I'll grab 2 more is what I'll do. 2 more. And that is nearly 1,500 vehicles. No, it should be more than 1,500 vehicles, right? Because that'll be 2, 4, 6. 6 times 2 is... Yeah. No. Yeah, nearly 1,500 vehicles. What am I talking about? Right, shut up. Some parking over here. I want to squeeze some parking over in this area, so I'm going to drop it just there. And one more. I can't believe how quickly they've already filled these car parks up with vehicles. It is kind of wild. We'll get it... Oh, parking over here, right, for the airport. I reckon that's where we could drop a load of these. So I'm actually going to grab a few more, to be honest with you. Now, there is ways in which we can improve it and make the parking situation a little bit better. But for now, we'll leave it like that. I'll actually grab... It's a shame I can't move them all at once. And it's simply back and forth right now. I'm going to drop them all in. Just there. And that then should allow us... Where's the airport? There it is. Right, we'll just do those for now. And then that's brought over nearly 2,000 vehicles to the island that the people who have moved in can now actually go and get them, pick them up and drive around. So that's definitely adding a lot of vehicles to the scene. Oh, this is going to kind of be crazy. I might now start causing myself traffic issues. Right, the Deathcare... Oh, the Death has simply now completely almost gone. So they've pumped out a bunch of vehicles. They're already collecting the bodies right now. So that turns out to be pretty efficient. Pretty efficient. Right. Nice. That now leads us nicely then to being able to work with this area a bit more. I'm assuming the ground pollution has retracted a little bit more. It's hard to tell, isn't it? It's a slow burner. It is a slow burner. We've still got a few little gaps here and there, which with our demand that we've now got, we can fill them in pretty easy, but I'll hold out just for a moment because I want to spend some of that demand on building up this vicinity as well. What is unemployment now like? It is 15%, so we have to provide a lot more jobs moving forward within OilTown. We've got a lot of space to work with, a lot more maneuvering. This is going to be very, very exciting to see how it now progresses. We are bulking up, baby. We are bulking up. I've never seen OilTown look so damn glorious in all my life. So until next time, I will see you all soon. So goodbye.